Photoshop, and I'll show you guys what the title suggests. Drawing, how I draw characters. It says dropped frames. I don't know what that means. I'm not really very familiar with it, but we'll figure it out. But this is just how I draw characters. I would show you like on pencil and paper and stuff, but I guess I'll show you here. That's okay. I'm not very talented when it comes to Photoshop, so I apologize for that. I'm sure you guys won't mind so much though. I'm just going to show you some ways I draw characters. As I've said before, sometimes I get stuck in a tangent. However, I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, be sure to press the like button, comment down below what you enjoyed or what you disliked about the video if you decide to dislike it. That will help me improve my videos later on. So, I figure we'll do faces to start out. That's horrible handwriting, my apologies. Not very much for handwriting, but I guess we'll just go on with how I draw faces. So, first thing we start off is a simple circle, and if we're doing a side view, I would usually do this. If we're doing a 3/4 view, I would do this, but I am just going to do a front view for now and show you how you do that. So what we begin with, we draw a line straight down, almost halfway, as you can see. We kind of draw 2 more lines, and I usually do it 3/4 of the way down. That way you got this nice kind of pyramidish shape if you did this, but we don't do that. What I usually do afterwards is I draw these 2 oval things here. It just represents that the face is actually 3D. It helps me out a lot. I'm not the best with hair, so I do apologize for that. I hope you don't immediately click off the video after learning that, but we'll continue. With these ovals, we'll kind of draw a halfway line, and this is going to be where eyes are, and then right above this is going to be kind of where our eyebrows are. And we got a nose halfway in between those 2 areas, and then a mouth. I'd give it like a 1/4 of the way down, kind of like the eyebrows, 1/4 of the way up or whatnot. So this is our kind of starting point for our face. And of course you can do the neck. I like to do the kind of triangle thing. Basic shapes, you know. And then go from there. But we'll finish that up afterwards because we are working on a face. Very fun. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to give our awesome person some really odd sunglasses. I don't usually do this for when I'm just drawing, but this is something I learned to help myself out. Because then we can go down here and make this triangle. Follow that triangle roughly to the mouth. Very nice. So if we can zoom in, pretty new to Photoshop, so I'm just going to increase the size a little bit. We can start on the eyes, and I go like roughly in the middle. This is like where the peak of the eyebrows will be, so we'll do like this, right? And then from there, we can go at the highest part where the eyebrows is, and this is going to be where the pupil is. And you don't have to follow this line exactly. I don't. What you do is you kind of get this eye shape going. And then, of course, the kind of middle of the eye area is going to be right there. And it can be kind of difficult to draw eyes at first, but my art teacher taught me a way. So we got this kind of basic shape, right? Like you could start just like this, right? and then kind of refine it. But usually the front area is going to be the shortest, or I guess not the shortest, the most inclined, and then you come down like this, and then from there you got this area here where you can like put a tear duct at, so it kind of hooks up, and then it comes down again, more of an incline area again, and then it connects, but right before you get to the end, it kind of comes out like this. So then you got these tear ducts. I usually just draw lines to represent them, and then from here, what I was taught was to draw a circle like this, right? You got this rough little circle. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you can draw a full eye like this, which is fucking huge. This isn't a family-friendly video, guys, don't worry. Or, you could do something like this. Just, hold on, I gotta erase everything. So, you got your eye shape, tear duct area. Now, what I like to do is make that kind of pupil retina area a little bit smaller, you know? And then you can put like a cross in the middle to mark where you want the circle. And then you got the pupil. And then you can add in, you know, your squares and stuff. You could use circles. I know some people use like stars. I don't use stars, hence why the star is so horrible, but you could really do anything. Then you got this shadow area here. Realistically, it would be more up here, but I like it to connect with the pupil. I think it looks a little bit more dramatic. You can shade that in darker than the rest of the eye, and that makes it look a little bit more dramatic, you know? Then you can do a little bit more shading and stuff. You can do this. It's like the muscles in your eye. I don't exactly know what they're called, but it gives it that really interesting color, you know? And then, so you can shade in your tear duct area, and then also this area. You can shade it like this. Your tear duct's obviously going to be darker, and then connect the shaded area with this. So then you got yourself an eye, and then you can do the eyelids, but in all honesty, I don't really draw eyelids on my characters because they're like more of a simple. When I draw like my eyeliner, I do something like this. You know, but it's all up to you. So you can do like that eyeliner kind of start, but then you don't have to go crazy with it. Like a little bit here, you know. And then you can draw like eyelashes. I've never been the best at eyelashes, so I've never really drawn them. I mean, mine are going every which way, you know. But you can do that if you want, you know. And then of course above that, so you follow this up, that's going to be like the highest point. So you got your eyebrow. I don't usually shade it in all the way. I do this. And then colored in afterwards. Or use grayscale. That's what I've done in most of my previous drawings. But you can do that. And I find I like how it looks a lot. So we got the eye down. This looks not symmetrical. Not really. But, oh well. And you can do stuff. Then we go on to the nose, and for the nose, alright, you got got this kind of shape going on, right? You know, we got this shape going on, and you can just kind of go from there, you know, fill it in. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing is in life, you know. On the stance of a face, anything could throw the face off. But I find that even when you make mistakes in art, as long as they're not like the biggest, it's not so noticeable. And then of course you can do like highlights right like this. Person has a shiny nose, I know that's like something big. And then if you don't want to do like a downturned nose like that, this is a downturned nose. It's like you can do an upturned nose like this. And for that, I've never actually drawn one. So this is going to be interesting. You just move these circles down a little bit more. I'm going to go like this, you know? And then bam, you got a cute little upturned nose, you feel? Add like nose rings if you want, like this. I usually don't draw nose rings, but you know, whatever floats your boat, you could add one here. I guess that's a nose piercing, but for like smaller drawings, what I usually do is just this. And then afterwards I shade it, and it looks like a nose, and then I can do this. And you have a nose. The more you practice, the easier it gets. I haven't actually used a lot of Photoshop. However, I find that it's a lot easier to draw on real paper. I want to get used to Photoshop though, because there's a lot of things it can do that I am not very well versed in. But then for the mouth can be difficult a lot of times. So we got this kind of thing here. A lot of people will draw a circle, but what I like to do is I like to draw like a diamond, yeah? And then you got two circles on the side of it, kind of like our nose, but then they kind of almost connect in the middle, and that's going to do like this. And you can draw two kind of things here, connect it, and then connect. And I like to draw like curvier lines, but you can do this or other things. And you can just draw a line on the bottom. Shading here, little lines. A lot of people don't draw the lines, but then there you go. You got a really full lipped person, but you could do like thinner lips. Once you get the hang of it, you just do it like this. Do thinner lips. I guess I didn't shade this one, did I? You can do highlights like they're doing so well. You can do thinner lips, or you can do really full lips like this, or you can do everything in between. You can give them like expressions like this, which I find just tucking up the mouth a little bit. And bringing that bottom part of the lips down to like a point makes them look really happy. You could do whatever floats your boat. I'm just gonna, oh, and then for the part underneath, I just kind of do two lines, or even sometimes just do this. That's what I'm gonna do for here. And then underneath, there's a lot of different ways you can do a chin. So you could do a chin like this, or like this. Maybe they have a strong chin, maybe they have a weak chin, or maybe you just can't see that chin. I prefer to do a strong chin underneath, you know. And then you can refine the face. So I drew this grid a little bit too big, but that's okay. So refine it, draw the chin there. And draw these kind of cheekbone areas. I don't think they're cheekbones. So when you get past the cheekbone, I guess these aren't lining up. It doesn't just go straight up. It actually curves in a little bit and then out. So like, whoop, whoop. That's how it kind of looks. And I feel that gives your character a little bit more realistic look. It's like that temple area. And you may wonder why I made this character's forehead so big. It's for hair. Honestly, I'm not very great at hair. So I do not suggest you learn it from me. Because I myself am trying to learn. And then for the ears, a good way to know is the ears will line up with the bottom of the nose and the corners of the eyes. So there we go. She has some ears. And then the neck area, so the bigger the neck, the more masculine they will look. So let me show you. Actually, I'm going to erase all this just to quickly show. If you line up the neck with the very start of the jaw, all of a sudden they look masculine, right? If you line up the neck with like this, the pupils, they kind of look feminine, you know? I prefer to keep it in between. Right about here. You can do these lines, they help me out a lot, finding out where I want this person to go. And then you can do this kind of, what is it called? I forget, but you can do that kind of bone area. I should know this. But yeah, so you got yourself a character, you could add in a little bit of shading. If you guys want, I can attempt some hair, but is it still even going? It is, that's a good thing. Sometimes it'll cancel, so you got some shading in, you know, you can do this. Give her some shading under the eyes. And you have yourself a person. Not that bad looking, if I do say so myself. Of course, I'm biased towards my art in the first place. I'm just going to erase all this, and now I will show you some stuff from the side. I'm not always the best at drawing people from the side, so we'll see how this goes. So first we start with this circle, and we do another circle more than halfway, okay? So this area, if you draw like this T, this is the eyebrows. Underneath the eyes, this is where the jaw connects. Draw a line strip down, got the nose area, and you got the mouth. Bam, you have a person already. For the neck, you kind of do this. This area. Don't connect the neck here, because then it'll look like this. Yeah. So if you draw the neck here, it'll look like something very wrong with this person, but that's okay. We won't draw the neck there. We will draw the neck right here. And then no person has that perfect jaw, so we draw this right here. Okay, so we're ready to continue on. Once again, not the if I can speak. I'm not the best at drawing hair, so see how this goes. So we go here. So this is like the top of the eyebrows. We go, it dipped in here. It's like where the eyes are gonna be. It's about here. So we're gonna draw like this area right here. I'll show you how to draw everything. We'll kind of go out here, draw this nose area, go out, and you have like a basic silhouette of how your person's going to look, right? You got this jaw area, and you can connect this part to their ear, once again following the same thing as last time, corner of the eye, bottom of the nose. So I'm going to use this part. Not half bad, right? So, first off, you can do the eyebrows. Same thing, so like, where the pupil's gonna be, it's gonna be like this. Not like this. A lot of people do this. This is a no-no. This is good. Okay. So I'm just gonna give them. I don't know why I drew the people first. I wanted to make a point, but you can do it. So top of the eyebrow right here, down. Okay. So to show you how to draw the eye, we'll kind of do this shape, kind of like a half circle, but less than half. So it's a half circle, but less than half. And I drew this thing out. This is like the tear duct area. Kind of draw it up. This is like the eyelid area. If you draw the eyelid, I don't, because I'm weird. Tear duct, bottom, right? And then from here, you can draw this line through here, if that helps you out. You can draw this kind of oval shape. And my line didn't help me out because it was wrong. But I can fix that for you guys for a better reference. I just did whatever. You can draw that like halfway to the point. I'd give that like a 6th or whatnot. And that's like basically what you're going to do. Then you got the tear duct. You can do your shading. And you can do your highlight. Okay. For the nose, as you can see, we have a silhouette. So all we have is a silhouette and then where it connects to the eye, right? So we got the eye right here, and then we got this silhouette of a nose, right? It's actually really easy. It's gonna look complicated, but it's easy. See this line? That is the nostril, and then you draw a line up. I give you a nose. For an upturned nose, you're gonna do this. For a downturned nose, you're gonna do this. Noses are beautiful and simple, just as long as you practice. So we're just gonna give them the nostril area. Bam. Mouths are a little bit more difficult, so we just got done with the nose, right? Go to the mouth. We have this kind of silhouette. This freaking sucks. I should have drawn it here. Here, we'll draw it here. And we'll delete this. This is a horrible silhouette, but I didn't even see what tools I had made behind me. So we got this kind of spiel going on, a little bit bigger. Here, I can zoom in a little bit more to show you guys. Bam, would you look at that? So you kind of make this thing upwards. At the top, we're going to bring it all the way down, kind of make like this. In real life, mouths only go to about here when you're looking from the side, but I find if you're doing like my style, which you don't have to, you could do the realistic style, in which case it would be a little bit shorter, but if you're doing a style like mine, I find this works perfectly. You got this. I should have drawn this a little bit shorter. I'm just gonna do that. Something it tucks in a little bit, and then you can just connect it. Then you do some shading, a little bit of highlights, shading, and then underneath for that strong jaw, all you gotta do is this. Yeah, I'll show you the shading on this character after I get the mouth done. So we'll just, I did the same thing with the lips on this one. Yeah. For shading, I learned this from Jim Lee, so you can actually check out his channel. He has a really good grasp on how to shade things. So you got this kind of area shaded in. You can shade in